My name is Danny Rodriguez. I've been working with California Transit Inc. as a dispatcher for 8 years.
California Transit to any available RSI?
I had started as a call taker back in 2013, fresh out of high school in Gardena. We were going to relocate to Van Nuys. At the time, I couldn't get the transportation out there, so I had stopped working for them and got a position here. Usually when I come in, I go through all the routes for all the drivers, make sure everybody's running on time. If we're running behind on covering trips, I'll jump in and try to route a few, just till we're caught up. If it's on those shows, I'll jump on that, or if it's, dealing with the radio, wherever we're backed up on. It's just always been part of my work ethic. I like to make sure everything's like tip top. I don't like to fall behind or let things linger on too long. I want to make sure everything's good and on point when I come in. We use a software that does most of our routing for us. What we do is just reassign anything that's running past our 20-minute window, for being on time. It's kind of like connecting the dots for us. So basically I'll follow a route and I'll guide it around to where it matches up nicely and it's not too, zigzaggy or too off course. We just try to make it a little less hectic for the passengers and the drivers. What I like about this job is dealing with the drivers. We were actually all pretty close.
Thanks, man. You have a good one, okay?
They help us out. We help them out. It's like a camaraderie between us. If we have a difficult time finding a passenger, I'll jump in and work with the driver and the passenger. I'll sometimes juggle them both on the phone. Just try to get them connected. Sometimes I'll stay on that call for a little longer and I'll eventually get them on their way. And that's, when they'll, be very appreciative towards me. There's actually been a few times where different people that would observe, for example, sometimes our road soups would come in. They'll see me on the phone with an irate rider and they'll be like, wow, like you haven't raised your voice or your facial expression hasn't even changed. You're pretty calm. I was like, yeah, I get it. They're upset. They're waiting for their ride. Just trying to let them know we're still on the way, trying to help them out. Being a CSR, helped me a lot to get into that mentality, calm and professional, After working as a call taker for so long, you just kind of get used to doing your own work. But in here, you want to make sure you guys are all looking good. We just like to support each other. And I appreciate them for that. There's a lot of hard workers in there. I never honestly saw myself getting an award like this, it caught me off guard. Like once they were telling me about it too, I was just like, wow, they really picked me.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it, I've been doing this, like I said, for going on 8 years. And it's cool, that I get the recognition. I'm actually pretty good at dispatching right now, I don't mind it, it's pretty, fulfilling.